Most of us approach the Beatitudes as if there's some sort of platitudinal phraseology and principles on how to live life. I mean, that's usually how they're approached, but that is very far removed from what they actually are. These are like laser-guided bombs in the culture that Jesus was preaching to. I mean, these quips, these statements, these things that we've come to recite in the flannel board of our youth are devastating statements that turn Jesus culture on its ear completely. It is not what they expected to hear. It takes aim at all of these prized dispositions and virtues and their worldview. They didn't expect this to come out of Jesus' mouth. And wherever Jesus went, he preached these. These aren't platitudinal. I mean, these are detonated on the culture. I'll give you an example. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. That's not what they expected to come before theirs is the kingdom of God. What they expected to hear was, you're of Abraham, therefore yours is the kingdom of God. What Jesus said was, blessed are the poor in spirit. Well, they believed in self-righteousness because of who they were. Jesus says, no, it's actually the broken people, those who recognize their need for God. The poor in spirit, people who are spiritual beggars, inherit the kingdom. He didn't say Abraham. He didn't say the descendants of Abraham, and he didn't say Jews, and he didn't say Pharisees. He didn't say good people. He didn't say moral people. He said broken people. Those are the ones that inherit the kingdom of God. So Jesus' audience is sitting there, having learned what they've learned from their tradition, and Jesus drops this grenade, and it touches every nerve in the audience, because every single one of them, underneath the facade of their life, realize they actually are poor in spirit. And so he turns the thing upside down. And they realize, as the Bible will go on to explain, that they need a righteousness which is much greater than their own, which is exactly what Jesus says in Matthew chapter 5. Unless your righteousness exceeds that of the scribes and the Pharisees, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. And basically what he said was, you're not getting in your own righteousness. And so the Beatitudes go through and they just throw off all of these misunderstandings about what constitutes devotion to God and what man truly needs. It is the Beatitudes which ultimately get Jesus killed, as he explains them in every possible way that he can as they flow, that is their principle and core meaning, through all of his teaching, and put him on the cross and save those by his death who are poor in spirit.